We are going live now.
Hello, welcome to another edition of Issues with Today. We will talk about actions and inactions of those who shape our national and political landscape and how these impact us positively or otherwise. I'm Ibrahim Shita. Today on the show, blow to Governor Fubara as the appeal court nullifies Rivers' 800 billion naira project for exploitation. In the course of the programs, we'll take your questions, but first, subscribe to our YouTube channel and drop your questions in the comment section. It's important to mention that we can only read comments with human names and ones based on the subject matter. I have joined in the panel with the master himself, Babajide, Kolade-Otitoju. Good to see you, Mikhail.
Good evening, Ibrahim. Good evening, our esteemed viewers.
Right, now let's get right into it. The Court of Appeal in Abuja has on Thursday affirmed Martin Tinubu as the recognized Speaker of the River State House of Assembly, dismissing the appeal filed by the River State Governor, Fubara, for lacking in merit. And then the court held that Governor Fubara's decision to present the 2024 Rivers State Appropriation Bill to only 4 out of the 31 members of the Assembly constituted a gross violation of the 1999 Constitution of the Union. What do you make of this bill?
The big takeaway for me is the pronouncement of the court that presenting the budget to 4 members out of 31 members constitutes a violation of Section 91 of the 1999 Constitution. And that is what we have that it makes absolutely a house of persons. 4 persons are running the house. In this case, they are even down to 3 because the former personal speaker has since left the house to become the chief of staff to the governor. So what is going on in Rivers State is absolutely an affront to democratic an affront to the constitution of our time. The Supreme Court know that in order to be able to take valid decisions in the House of Assembly, you must have a quorum. You cannot have a situation in which just 3 individuals, one of them the speaker, would be approving budgets, would be taking big decisions, will be running the house. That is the situation that prevails in Rivers State at this time. It's absolutely nonsensical, and I am happy that the courts have already made it clear that you cannot run the House of Assembly of 31 members with just 3 individuals or even 4 individuals. When the judgment of the lower actually for members. Now, there are 3 members, and it's amazing that all they are saying is, oh, we leave action, that they are automatically no longer members of the House of Assembly. I am not into the argument whether they have defected or they have not. What I'm saying is, of our land do not permit 3 persons out of 31 members to see themselves as the valid members of the House and produce a speaker among themselves and run the House, just 3 persons. It's an absolutely senseless situation that requires remedy. The remedy can come in any form. If their seats are declared vacant and the highest court in the land pronounces it so, then fresh elections should be conducted to bring in new members. But there can not be any way by which any sane human being can justify 3 persons running an House of Assembly. And as the judgment says, it violates section 91 of the Nigerian Constitution. So whatever we agree that contradicts the Constitution, that is anti-ourselves, whether it makes sense to continue, has been taken to the Assembly on behalf of the government, or for the government, are deemed by law to be illegal, and the governor must not proceed to continue to use the House of Assembly of 3 persons. What they usually do is they will bring in people into their chambers to fill the empty seats so that it looks pleasing on the eye. But the truth is only 3 persons are running the House. This is an absolutely abnormal situation. I've never seen anything like this in all my years of covering politics, of analyzing politics. Dating back to the early 80s, I've never seen anything like this. 3 persons running a House of Assembly of 31 persons. Let's even brush aside the issues that led to this that we find ourselves. How does a governor stand before 3 persons or 4 persons to say he's presenting an appropriation bill of 800 billion? Presentation of budget and approval of budget is not a simple thing. In Lagos, for example, it takes a long time. They will look at all of the items before the House eventually passes it. How can 3 persons do that job? Let's face it. What is going on in Rivers State? That problem has to be addressed. A solution must be found that enables us to put an end to the nonsense that is going on there. I can't wait to see these whole issues resolved right up to the final court in the land. The matter of whether Martin the courts what can be done at this stage? The governor, if he does not want to incur the wrath of the law, must stop getting approval to spend rivers people's money from a three-man House of Assembly. I know that a lot of what has happened, in fact, the budget cycle has almost ended. So there are so many things that they have done that you cannot undo. But at this stage, it cannot continue with those illegalities. You cannot continue with those illegalities. Today you have a community, but you do not have a community forever. Who knows what questions to judge? And I'm also happy that the judiciary affirmed that it was wrong of Governor Fubara and his government to courts have made. Will the governor present the 2025 budget against the judgments of our courts to the same faction of 3 persons? The governor will be creating problems for himself if he proceeds to do that. Yes, some of what has happened cannot be undone. But it's just a matter of a few months before this budget cycle itself winds down completely. You will then need to prepare another budget. To whom are you going to present a new budget? Are you still going to present a new budget to 3 persons? Because it's possible, even for the Supreme Court to give its verdict anytime, without wasting time, maybe before the end of this year, or maximum January. That has implications. It means that he will have to present a fresh budget to the Martin and Mewule faction, because that is the faction that the courts, based on this judgment, the judgment of Justice Omotosho and the Justice of the Court of Appeal, as delivered by the panel headed by Justice Oyewole. As far as the law is concerned, it is the Martin and Mewule faction that they realize. And again, the courts have affirmed that 3 persons or 4 persons, as it happened before the judgment of the lower court, cannot represent a house of 31 lawmakers. So Governor Fubara will be advertising himself as a lawless governor if he proceeds after now to continue to present the budget, maybe the 2025 budget, to the same set of 3 persons. That's why I'm saying the matter of rivers has to be resolved one way or another. I know the courts have a big role to play. The courts will determine for us whether those guys have lost their seats for good, or they will retain their seats, so that we know where we are headed. We know what will happen going forward. What we want to see is a house properly run, not a house in which 3 persons are passing budgets and making laws. Section 91 of the Nigerian Constitution that illegal. To see Governor Fubara continue clearly deems illegal. So he has to walk back on some of the actions that he has taken. And one thing I've seen happen is when you disobey judicial pronouncements, it usually doesn't end well. It usually doesn't end well. The judiciary could turn against you, saying that you are somebody who treats them with contempt. We are human beings, and these things happen. If you are notorious for treating the judiciary with contempt, you are not likely to get a rub of the green in the hands of the judiciary. So Governor Fubara has a choice to make. The year is winding down. A new budget, because in my view, this budget cycle has literally ended. A new budget will be prepared. Will he still take it before 2 persons and a speaker? despite the fact that the courts have ruled that that is against our law in section 91 of the Constitution.
That's right. Well, that's a very important question about because we're waiting to see what is going to happen in the near future. But let me quickly take some comments. And during the hearing, it says the Supreme Court should take a stand on the issue of 3 people running states out of the Assembly. Here says Wike will never or never be just it's asking whether it's Wike that's the point. It says, okay, Peacefier and Delusha says, interference from people outside is one of the major causes of this problem, not ending and lots of people are benefiting from the crisis. Okay, he says the issue is just like one with 14 House of Assembly members in Edo State, referring to the administration of Godwin Obaseki. And this thing seems to not be very passionate. When you have the governor and the House of Assembly not the same, you tend to see funny things and all of that. Is there anything we can do to entrench the Nigerian Constitution, to ensure that laws are, there is no circumvention of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? Because the world, the other countries, they are looking at us and they are laughing, and we are not really painting positive image about Nigeria to the people outside the country. What do you think we can do to strengthen our laws and ensure that governors, as well as all political office holders, are accountable to the people?
The people we have been show scrutiny, and they've not got the sense of responsibility to use the immunity the right way. They are abusing the immunity. Why would the governor look at the judgments of the Justice Omotosho described, said Governor Fubara behaved like a tyrant in demolishing the House of Assembly complex, in withholding funds meant for the House of Assembly. He has no right to withhold their funds. He withheld the funds of the House of Assembly, he withheld the funds of the local government, all just to show that who is the governor and is in charge. Nigerian governors, and it's not Fubara alone, Nigerian governors are extremely power drunk. And this power drunkenness has been enabled by the immunity clause. Because whatever Fubara or anyone does at this time, you cannot prosecute him. He has immunity against prosecution at this time. Yes, he doesn't have immunity against investigation, but you cannot prosecute him while he is governor. You can also not prosecute his deputy. They have immunity. And that was why Nigerians rose in a wave when the National Assembly was trying to get immunity for their principal officers. Nigerians rejected the idea. And the then outgoing President, Jonathan, was not warm to the idea of signing some of those last-minute bills that they brought before him. They wanted immunity for themselves. This immunity clause has done more harm than good. Those who came up with the immunity clause felt that, okay, with it, a governor will not be bogged down by frivolous court appearances, cases, and all that. But look at the way they are using it. They're stepping out of their own zone and going to interfere in the affairs of other people. They interfere in the judiciary, they interfere, in legislature. What we can hope for now with Rivers, as I've said before, the courts have a big role to play. This matter of Rivers will end now until probably 2027, or if something dramatic happens. The courts will decide whether those guys have lost their seats. No one can remove them until the courts decide to remove them. You can file a suit. The courts will then declare that they have lost their seats. All of the lawmakers who have lost their seats, especially in the National Assembly, this was how their fates were decided. The court will pronounce that they've lost their seat, and the court will say, okay, all of the money that they were paid during the period in question, that they must refund. And I'm saying that only the courts can determine whether Martin Aumewule and others have lost their seats.
I'm afraid we're having a connectivity issue. Looks like the network is acting funny. You know how things actually go when it comes to having network issues currently. But most definitely sure that we will resolve that in the course of the program. I keep sending you questions, and I can see your questions, and some of us actually have been sending that information, but most definitely then that's going to be resolved. Vicky, you're back, can you hear me? Okay, I'll take some of the comments as we anticipate Vicky is joining the conversation. So just keep the messages coming in. We'll have a video coming back into the discussion. It's very important that you keep sending your messages, your comments, so that we read them, even your questions, take them for Vicky to respond to. We just have a limited amount of time to wrap the program. So we have so many issues to talk about, but we just definitely restricted and constrained, to certain, duration of people. So, Vicky, are you back?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, but faintly, but we can't see you yet. Yes, let's see you. We can't see you.
Can you?
We can hear you, Vicky, but we can't see you. Your video
I can't see you too. Love blood.
I can only see your what's it called? Your picture, but not your video. Because the network is actually acting very funny this evening. But anyway, what we'll try to resolve that, let's carry on from that. Nelson Adifere says, I repeatedly said on your show that Fubara is busy making a show of shame. Instead of concentrating on governance, he's busy fighting. Fubara will be impeached. He can't present two budgets in a year. Banji Okisoto says, with the misinterpretation of the judgment by the court of the state, I don't see Fubara subjecting himself to the law of the land, not until it gets to a cul-de-sac, that is, it gets to the end, and then there is no other way out for him to get out of it. But Mikhail, the final question to you is that, some leaders in the states have continually asked you about who can weigh on this matter, who can resolve this issue. Some of the leaders in River State, for instance, Briggs, also is calling on the president to intervene so that we will have peace in River State. They're calling the warring parties to shift their swords. But it doesn't appear that Wike is ready to listen to Fubara. Neither is Fubara also willing to pander to Wike's maybe demands or positions or anything. Even though he accepts that if it means for him to kneel down to beg Wike, he will do it because he has been done before. How do you think we can resolve this matter so that we will have peace in River State? Because the people of River State are in the middle of this whole valley. Mikhail, can you hear me? Yeah, I can see you now, Mikhail. Did you hear the question? Hello, Mikhail.
Are you good? That's all that you asked to whether any.
Yes. I want to find out what you think can be the resolution to this whole quagmire in River State. It doesn't appear that the warring parties are willing to shift their swords, even though some of the leaders or elders in River State are not calling the president.
You
I can hear you.
Both Fubara, some who are saying don't agree, it's difficult for both men to achieve a middle course. There are those who want to destroy, who want to put an end to a week. To them, this is a good opportunity. Oh no, it's against and those who thought that okay, this law has left the party they've lost their seat. First time I'm hearing this opportunity.
We seriously having connectivity issue we're seriously having connectivity issue with the I think we actually made lots of the points today. Mikhail, we're having serious network issues for the can we try again to see if we can have a final thoughts? Hello, Mikhail. Okay. I think we have to put it back on the show today because yes, we could hear Mikhail very well, but then it's a serious network issue we're having from Mikhail's side. The internet will always be very fun. every now and then. Let me just take the final comment. This is where this president, the vast majority, have declared state of emergency in River State and sent Fubara packing, or packing, just packing really. It would have obeyed court judgment, but then state of emergency is not fashionable in the country anymore, in case you don't know. Can't the DSS do something in regards to Fubara disrespecting a court order, even though there is immunity? You've already said it, even though there is immunity, until he finishes as governor or he is impeached as governor. That's where he can have something, really done to his office or to his person, so to speak. I hate ungrateful souls. Anytime I see the governor, Fubara, talking and making references to his enemies, this guy was just a, come on, you can't say that. Be mindful of your language, please. Truth is constant, please. Nelson Adefe, okay, thank you for the advice. But we just must end the show because of the challenges we have, because of the challenges we have. Hopefully, we will have this resolved. I believe that we've been able to talk about so many issues and resolve so many issues on the program. Talk about certain issues coming from the state, and speaking was lend his opinions and giving his voice to the issues happening in the state. And that's our show for today's edition of Issues. Special thanks to you, Babajide, for those exact analysis always. And thanks to our audience, for keeping up on me on every edition, especially today, a day like this. You can see the program again anytime by subscribing to our YouTube channel, TVC News Nigeria. Click on the subscribe button to get the latest information. You can also follow us on our social media platforms at TVC News NG. I'm also at Ibrahim_Shooter. On behalf of the rest of the team, I'm Ibrahim Shooter. Many thanks for watching. See you again next edition. Bye for now.